Hi everyone, welcome. If you're new here, my name is Kim, and today I have a pick a card reading for you. This time in terms of, is this connection worth fighting for? Is this connection worth waiting for? So you have 4 stacks of cards here that you can pick from. I also want to note that this is for those who are in separation with their twin flames or in separation with the person that they love. Perhaps there had been a breakup, you're probably not communicating, and if you are, there's very minimal communication. There's just still that desire within you to possibly reconnect, and you're wondering whether, it's still worth hanging on for. This is my intention for this reading. I hope to give you clarity on that question in your mind. So go ahead and pick a card that resonates with you, 1, 2, 3, or 4, or you can pick a number. Or I also added the stones. You can pick this one for the first stack. This is pyrite. It has those purple and blues, very cool stone. Then we have rose quartz for stack number 2. It's like this pinkish hue. I love that one. Then you have smoky quartz for stack 3, and this unidentified stone. If you know the name, please comment below, but I really love this. It's transparent. It's a little transparent if you can see the light coming through the stone and creating that kind of orange hue. And then there's this really cool spot of blue here, turquoise blue. It reminds me of like tropical islands, and it reminds you of like a cave almost, which I love. I love caves. But yeah, go ahead and pick a stack of cards. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Then hopefully this will give you insight on that question, whether this person is worth waiting for. Is the connection worth sticking around for and being faithful for, despite the separation and despite the negativity between you two? So yeah, if you need more time, just go ahead and pause the video. I'm going to go ahead and get started. For those who picked stack 1, which is this pyrite stone, you have 7 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles reversed, and yes, I will be reading reversals this time. You have the Moon, and then you have a Master, which is the Devil. This is the Psychic Tarot of the Heart Oracle card by John Holland. And then you have Miracle. The frequency of miracle supports our belief in ourselves as a part of Source, and therefore our belief that anything is possible. So is this person worth waiting for, worth fighting for, worth believing in? I think what I'm getting from you is that you're impatient. That's why you're here to begin with. You want to know the answer because you obviously care about this person. They're still on your mind despite whatever happened. But there's kind of like some secrecy and some mystery behind them. Maybe you feel like they're not being completely upfront about whatever it is that's going on. There's something hidden here, and that's why you have the Moon. Something that you can't just put your finger on. And then you have the Devil here. So as you can see, the heart is in a cage. It's kind of locked up. This could indicate that this person in mind could have their heart locked up, very guarded, or this could be you. This connection is kind of making you put your walls up, or it's really enslaving you to them. In terms of your mind, your desire, your thoughts, like a lot of your energy is going towards this connection. That's why you get the Devil here, because they're basically pulling you very strongly to the connection or to them. I feel like this could be their energy, and this is like one of my most disliked cards for me. I just don't like this energy of like stealing. Or maybe this person is unavailable. This could be you. You feel like you're stealing them from somebody, and you feel a little bit of guilt in that. So, that's why you get the moon as well in that case, because there's a sense of secrecy there for you. But to be honest with you, the cards aren't really giving me a specific answer. I think the cards are more so saying that you can't really know right now. The most important thing for you to remember is you can and should expect miracles in this situation. Maybe some new information will develop or come to your awareness very soon that will kind of resemble the energy of this miracle, kind of give you some clarity. Or this could mean that you will get what you want, because, you deserve that. But I think right now there's a lot of hesitation in terms of going fully with this person, or believing fully in this person and this connection, because there's this energy of deception almost, and this energy of somebody hiding something from you, or and that's making you kind of feel like you want to give up. But I think you need to just expect the miracle. I'm sorry that that's not clear. Let's see if we can pull a clarifier as to what you should be doing, or something that you can be doing to help you further. One card for clarifier, please, for those who chose stack number 1. Whoa. Well, you got 2 that fell, so I'm gonna take those. Another one fell on the floor, but I'm not gonna take that, because this one was just clearly up here. Oh, interesting, you have the Devil again and the Knight of Wands. So yeah, there's definitely something coming for you, some kind of miracle, some kind of passionate thing that will ignite you further and kind of perhaps turn this one around, because this one is about waiting to reap what you sow. And because this is a question of whether this person is worth it, worth fighting for, worth being faithful to, or worth believing in. And then you have that reverse that indicates that you may just want to give up right now. You're unsure, because there's so much secrecy and weird energy going on that you may not be able to put your finger on exactly with the moon here. And then you have 2 devils. So what I'm getting with that is there's definitely something in this connection that's keeping you tied up in a very negative way, and that's going to be up for you to release that. And I think you'll be getting some kind of help from the universe as well, in the form of some kind of information that the Knight of Wands here is depicting. It could be a new inspiration, a new passion, something that will help you clarify on this situation. But what I'm getting for sure, I'm not getting a clear yes or no answer. I'm getting a message of you will know very soon. It's just a matter of believing and having this miracle mindset of you can have that. You can have the miracle that you want. But definitely there's some kind of bonds with this person in this situation that is affecting you negatively, whether that's emotionally, physically, or spiritually. And so the message here is to be aware of that, and to know that you will be released from that very soon, is what I'm getting with these 2 sets of cards. So, it's definitely up to you if you want to obviously have faith or not have faith, but you can just put off that decision for now and stick with it a little bit longer, despite the difficulty in that, because you will soon get some kind of confirmation or some information that will help you really decide on that. So unfortunately, I'm not able to give you a yes or no answer, but hopefully I gave you some clarity on your situation. That would be amazing. So for those who picked stack 2, which is the rose quartz, you have the Hermit, Empress, the 3 of Swords, and then you have Nurture 3, which is also an Empress in the Psychic Tarot of the Heart Oracle cards by John Holland. And then you have Fertility reversed, but let's read this before we begin. The frequency of fertility invites us to be more open, more courageous, more creative, and more joyful than we were before. It activates the potential for something beautiful to grow from our consciousness into a new and grander expression of ourselves. And then you get that reversed. But that's interesting because you have 2 Empresses already. So, I mean, I think that's just basically saying there's a blockage from achieving the abundance of the Empresses here. And that could relate to this 3 of Swords. The numbers are also interesting, if I can point that out real quick. You have Hermit here, which is 9. 3 for the Empress, 3 for the 3 of Swords, 3 for the Empress, and 9 for fertility. So you get 9s and 3s. 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9, 9, 9. It's interesting. So, and then 9 plus 9 is also 9. So it's just like a circle, I think. And that's obviously very significant in your message for today for those who pick stack 2. So what I'm getting with that is you have, for this connection, the opportunity of abundance and fertility. So obviously a very favorable outcome to this situation, but there's this heartbreak or pain with the 3 of Swords that's blocking you from that, because you have the reverse fertility card and then the 3 of Swords. That's what I'm getting, is I'm connecting these 2 cards together. Like, this is reversed because this is blocking it, and the only thing that you can do in order to have this upright is to heal this and to make that reversed. So it could be with the same situation the same person that you have in mind. They could be the one that broke your heart, and that's why you're wondering right now if it's still worth holding on to. And I think the rest of the cards are pretty much saying that yes, it is worth holding on to. You just have to forgive or kind of work through this heartbreak or pain. And I think you can do that by really delving within yourself and going onto this journey of self-knowledge and wisdom, of getting to know yourself, of reflection. And, it may be a lonely road, but that's what you have to do. And this will ultimately lead to this beautiful energy of the Empresses. Another message that I'm getting is that this heartbreak could have been from somebody in the past, which blocked the fertility of this current relationship, or the relationship with the person that you had in mind. That pain from the past blocked that from flourishing into its true potential, and it did have some great potential. But this heartbreak, whether it's coming from them, maybe they had their heart broken, or they had their trust taken advantage of, or you had your trust taken advantage of, that was blocking the great potential of the relationship. So, you can heal this in various ways depending on your situation and depending where this pain is coming from. You can do it through communication, just letting that person know that you are there for them and you will always be there for them, just not giving up on each other. Or maybe this period of maybe a period of separation is beneficial for you right now. And the cards are basically saying have faith, because this is a very significant connection, and if it is meant to be, it will return, especially because you have these 3 Empresses here. That's just a very clear indication of the potential in the relationship. But again, like most, or like all, actually I should say all relationships, there's going to be some blockages there, so that needs to be worked through, and that's going to be up to you depending on your situation, as this is a general reading. So yeah, I mean, the Hermit, I think this is significant. Maybe that person is going through this right now, and you just need to give them space in doing that, and while holding faith that this will come together for you, and just kind of giving them that love and understanding. Or this could be what you need to do. Maybe the separation is necessary for you right now, and this is just a reminder for you to, totally consciously work through your issues and your past pain, so that you can come together in a better way. So that's for those who picked stack 2 with the rose quartz. Now for those who picked stack 3 with the smoky quartz, this one, you have, no, 4 cards actually fell for this one, so let's see. You have perception 3-5, which is an 8. The frequency of perception supports our natural curiosity, moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and to take a good, hard, deep look at it. That's amazing. Let's see what the rest of the cards have to say. You have well-deserved reward reversed, which is the 9 of Pentacles. But that's reversed, so let's see why. What's going on? Why is that reversed? You have the 4 of Pentacles. This is, I think, about selfishness, of hoarding, of feeling the scarcity in your finances or your physical world, or feeling the scarcity of the relationship in this case, I guess. Then you have the King of Swords, which he is a very strong-minded person. He probably practices right thinking, very logical, and yeah, strong-minded for sure. Then you have the Page of Cups. He's emotionally immature, but there's a feeling of like a new feeling coming through, new love, new inspiration. And then you have Judgment, which is about awakening. Yeah, it's about awakening. It's about ascension. As you can see, the angel, I forget which angel this is, but he's blowing his trumpet, and then the people are coming out of their coffins and kind of rising up. I feel a forgiveness here, some kind of revelation. So is this connection worth holding on to? I think there's a fear of losing this person. Obviously there's feelings of scarcity because you have the 4 of Pentacles. So it's like you're holding on for dear life because you don't want to lose them, but that's kind of pushing them away because you have perception reversed here. So what this is telling me, as it is reversed, is there's something that you are perceiving that is not the truth. So the way that you're thinking, something about it needs to shift. Maybe it's this feeling of scarcity, like, oh my god, this is the best thing, like this is the best that I can do, he or she is the best that I can do, and I'm like so upset that we're not together because like, what if I never find better? You need to shift that and look at yourself and look at the way that you're thinking, and know that that kind of thinking and that energy is not gonna help matters at all whatsoever. And I can say that because I've learned, as I have acted similarly in the past. So is this connection worth it? Again, I'm not getting a very clear answer, just because it's more so talking about the blockages that are hindering you from getting what you want. Because you have the 9 of Pentacles, well-deserved reward, reverse. So I'm getting that you did put in the work, and you were true and you tried your best, but it's just this insecurity in you that was holding you back. But you can totally change the situation by using your logic and really embodying the energy of the King of Swords, which is, right thinking, logical thinking about things logically. So you can heal yourself logically is what I'm getting. Maybe this card here is saying that you have been emotionally insecure, especially because you have the Four of Pentacles right there as well. So it's just been like emotionally immature because of that insecurity, and that could have been blocking your well-deserved reward, you know, and your well-deserved reward from the dedication and loyalty. So yeah, the shift in perception has to happen, and when that happens, you get this sort of awakening and this judgment energy, which is of relief, of like, finally, you know, I'm free. I don't feel all the burdens anymore. Finally, I'm where I want to be. But I want to get a clarifier as to what else is going on. Is this person worth having faith with, or two, for those who picked stack 3? Should they have faith on this person? Why or why not? What else? What messages do they need to know? Oh, one just popped out. Yeah, so you have the Four of Swords here. You have 4, 4. You need to just take a rest. What I'm getting is that you've been too obsessed with this connection, a little bit too neurotic, and that was blocking you from everything. And you know, that shift of perception definitely needs to happen, and that can happen through putting your mind at rest. You know, just let it go for now. Not saying let it go completely and stop caring about this person because they're not worth it. It's just that you're tiring yourself and you're draining yourself by being too obsessed with this. And that's the message. And I think once you take that break mentally, you will have this judgment energy come through in your life, and you'll kind of like have this breath of relief, and that perception will be shifted, which will result in more self-love for you, which will eventually result in getting those well-deserved rewards for everything that you are, and everything that you will be. It's just that this insecurity is what I'm getting is blocking you from that, and perhaps this emotional immaturity with this situation. I'm getting that you have been very neurotic and anxious because you may have cared about this person, but it kind of pushed them away because it came off as insecurity and feelings of not being good enough, and that needs to end. That shift in perception needs to come, and you can do that by letting go and taking a rest and just focusing on yourself, and that will lead you to this beautiful energy of the judgment, you know, of being like saved, of being good enough, and like just feeling light with new purpose and new inspiration, and you know, a sense of peace. Yeah, so I hope that gave you some clarity on that situation as to whether this person is worth holding on to. I think it is, but it's just that you're pushing them away, and while they, you know, could have understood and kind of reassured you and been your friend, maybe it was just too daunting for them. It's up to you to decide, you know, if that's the kind of person that you want. If you want somebody who would be there for you no matter how crazy you're acting, then they're not for you, because obviously you push them away because of the way that you have been acting or showing up to them. Or you can hold them in this understanding light, like, yeah, I kind of was being like crazy, so I understand why I could have pushed them away. You know, it's really up to you to decide. So for those who picked stack 4, this unidentified really cool stone, this is the stack that we both picked. So let's see what we have. We have giving and receiving, the 6 of Pentacles. Then we have third eye chakra. The frequency of third eye chakra, the indigo flower of life, supports our intuition and our inner knowing, our imagination, and our psychic powers. All right. Then we have Chariot, Six of Swords, and then the Queen of Wands. I'm actually gonna move this up here. Now I kind of wanna wait, actually never mind. Oh yeah, I wanted us to order it with the numbers, because you have 666 and then you have 7. It's like a progression almost. But 666, I mean, that's like a taboo number. I think people relate it to Satanism, but that's not how I view that number. I forget the names of it and the angel number meanings, but I believe it has something to do with spirituality. Any type of synchronistic numbers like 666, I view as positive. I don't see it as a satanic number. I just view it as like, you know, pay attention to what's happening in your mind that moment you see that number, because there's like there's needed extra attention to be put. So here you have Six of Swords, and this is when they are leaving these more chaotic waters and going towards this less chaotic waters into safer land. You know, you can sense like some kind of troublesome energy going on with this woman here. They're leaving something painful behind and moving towards a better place. And then you have giving and receiving. Oh, and then you have the Chariot. We have the Chariot. So that's about movement as well. So what I'm getting with that is there's movement happening with this connection. In terms of answering the question of like whether this person is worth waiting for, I'm sensing a yes. This connection is worth believing in. And I say that because you have the third eye chakra here, which is about inner knowing, imagination, psychic powers, and intuition. So while I say that, yeah, it is worth fighting for, I mean, it's up to you to decide. Like, if me saying that doesn't resonate with you, then it's because it's not worth fighting for you. But that means in your case, then, if what I just said made sense or resonated with you, that means that some kind of movement has to occur, perhaps in the form of like your passions and what really ignites you and ignites that fire within you. You know, you have to go for that, and you have to take the necessary actions in order to do the things that you actually love and are passionate about, and that will bring you to that beautiful connection of giving and receiving. Because you have two cards here of movement, so maybe it'll indicate travel or a long distance relationship, and this is basically saying like you need to go closer to each other, or you are coming closer to each other, because here you see the backs are turned and they're moving away from something, and then this one is kind of coming towards you. So it's like they're coming together. Either they're moving away and then you are coming towards them, or you're moving away and coming towards them. Does that make sense? But there's this sense of like going away to come towards something, and in this case the Chariot is much more powerful energy, as it is a major arcana. So they're moving away from something in order to come to you, whether that quote-unquote you is, you know, your home, your relationship, your connection, where you belong. You know, it could just be the place that will make you happy and fulfilled, if that makes sense. So there's a lot of beautiful energy going on with those who picked Stone 4. The message also in terms of the connection is you should be giving, but you should also be receiving. And if that's not happening, then there's got to be some kind of balance going on. And only you know how that could work out for you. And only you know how that balance could occur and how you can facilitate that balance. But there's definitely have to be some kind of balance of some sort, especially because you have the black and white here, and that for me symbolizes balance as well. I mean, this is just a very balanced image, as you can see. You have the two wings there, that's balance symbolism right there, and then the black and the white. You know, it's about balancing, especially as well in relation to the Six of Pentacles, which is giving and receiving card. In the regular tarot, in the traditional tarot, this is when the man is giving out coins to the homeless people that were walking in front of the Five of Coins. And so the Six of Coins is when a man who is not a very wealthy man, like he's obviously perhaps middle class, but he's giving money to them and helping them. So it's just a matter of like of generosity and kindness and compassion. So, you know, maybe that means you're leaving the negativity behind and kind of forgiving them and coming towards like this more compassionate and understanding point of view regarding your connection, and really standing in your power with the Queen of Wands as well. Queen of Wands, I think, is one of my favorite queen, just like the Queen of Cups. I don't know if that makes sense. I think the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands are pretty equal for me, and then I like the Queen of Pentacles next, and then the Queen of Swords next. But yeah, I like her because she's fiery, she's powerful, she's passionate, she knows what she wants, and she goes after it. She's somebody who dreams and who goes after their dreams. And so that's what I'm getting with the two movement cards here. Like, you need to go after what you feel is right, especially because you have the third eye chakra card. So you know if this person is significant for you and if they're worth it or not. And that's really up to you. I just want to pull another clarifier as well to help us tie in the message further. So these two cards kind of flipped over. You have Eight of Cups, or we have Eight of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. So yeah, you have very powerful wand energy, which is about passion and new inspiration and just this fire energy of like burning up with desire almost, but in a very positive way, and then moving towards that into this giving and receiving and balance type of connection. And then you have the Eight of Pentacles. So this is saying it's gonna take a little bit of time, but you're working on it. Both of you are working on it. You know, whether you're conscious of it or not, the both of you are working on this connection, or that or working on yourself and your foundations in order to come together in a better way. Come together more financially secure or what have you, and so that you can enjoy this giving and receiving type of energy, whether it's be giving to the rest of the world and being a service to others, or just having that foundation so that you can actually do what you want to do and give what your heart feels true to giving. If that makes sense, like actually doing the work that you want to do instead of just oh, and these cards just came out, which I'll show you in a second. Instead of just doing something for money and like living that kind of existence, you're gonna be doing something that's more aligned with your passions, and that's what you're moving towards, and that's what you're working on, or they're working on, or both of you. So I think of, obviously, in terms of like whether this connection is worth it, it is. But just like all the other readings, there's blockages there, and there's things that need to be worked out and worked through. And now you have, I mean, we have, this was actually came upright. I just picked it up weird. But you have the Lovers and the Magician. So this is confirmation that you have the power to manifest what it is that you desire. And I think what you truly desire is this connection and this reconnection with this person, because I think you desire this person and you know that there's something significant here, some kind of significant connection. But that's what's going on with you right now. That's what you're working towards. And the energy I feel is shared between the both of you, because everything is pretty much balanced and synonymous with the messages. And then you also have Lovers. So I'm pretty sure I saw these two cards come up as upright, but for some reason when I picked them up, it just got weird. But you know, this is about an even exchange. Again, you have the winged lion there and the exchanging of cups, so there's balance here. So it's about balance. I keep saying balance, but that's really what's going on. Even if it was reversed, which I'm pretty sure it was upright, but even if it was reversed, what I'm just getting with that is, you know, there's these movements that need to occur and the work that needs to be done in order for this to ultimately become upright. And maybe that time period, that waiting time period, or that period apart that are spent working on this, building yourselves, your foundation, your financial security and stabilities, that's what's blocking this kind of harmonious exchange and spiritual union. But, you know, after this movement happens and this work is done, it's going to be a very powerful connection, and it just feels here it's right. The energy is right, it's balanced, it's reciprocated, and that's just further reinforced by this Two of Cups card. So that's your reading. I hope that gave you clarity for those who picked card 4. It is worth it, but there's going to be some work that needs to be done. But, you know, also faith. You have to have faith that when I say that message to you and you're like, yes, I do love that message, I feel it in my heart, it makes me excited. So when I say that and you feel that way, know that that message is for you. But yeah, I hope that helped you and gave you clarity with your situation. The way also I wanted to add, like, if it resonates with you, please let me know. Oops. I love to hear your thoughts on the comments. I love to hear what's going on with you. You know, I am a fairly new channel, but I obviously I wanted to connect more. I'm trying to go on more as well and reply to everybody, and I really appreciate the likes and the comments and the subscriptions. It's just been great knowing that I can do this for people and have the messages come through as genuine and have them resonate for the most part. I mean, some people are like, it doesn't resonate with me, and that's just because it's not for them. But I know it does resonate with people because the energy is so clear and strong, and people do let me know and send me all these amazing messages. So thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully I can do a monthly guidance very soon as well. So